Hi, I'm Joe Moe, owner of Lost Lake Custom Turkey Calls, and today I'd like to go over a few turkey calling tips with you. Let's start off with a mouth diaphragm. This is what we make on our website. That's what I specialize in. I've been calling turkeys for over 20 years, and I have found some good combinations here. This right here is a 2.5 reeded ghost cut. It's what I call the Sweet Sassy Hen. It's one of my favorite all-around calls to use in the woods, but it has a sweet yelp on it. To get a sound out of a mouth call, what you want to do is you want to put it in your mouth on top of your tongue, and you want to take the call and push it to the roof of your mouth. And what you're going to do is you're going to take air, blow it over your tongue and under the reeds. That's what vibrates. You create kind of a little channel on top of your tongue, blowing over your tongue and under the reeds. That creates the vibrate noise. I'll demonstrate. Alright, once you get a noise, what you want to do to create a yelp, that's what the hen turkey does, is you want to drop your jaw. And by dropping your jaw, you're decreasing the tongue pressure. By decreasing the tongue pressure, you're going to change the tone of the note. So and a yelp consists of a two-tone call. It goes high to low, and that's exactly what the hen does. When you watch a wild hen turkey, she's dropping her jaw like this, and she's going from high to low when she drops her jaw. And you kind of create a rhythm, but let me demonstrate. High to low. And see, I dropped the jaw, you heard the change in tone, and I'll speed it up. Flip that back. Here we go. And that's the yelp of a wild turkey. Alright, you just noticed I did a yelp of a wild turkey. And what you want to do too is on the tape, you want to trim it so that it fits your mouth. If you're biting down on it with your teeth, then that means there's too much tape around the call. So trim it down to your own personal fit. I don't like much tape at all. So, but the next tip I want to talk about is how to cluck on a mouth call. And what you do, you put it in your mouth, and you're going to create a short little burst of air. You're controlling it with your diaphragm. It's coming from inside. Short little burst of air, but you also want to pop your lips at the same time. So you don't want to continue with your flow of air. You just want to hit it hard and cut off, but use your lips to do that. And this is the cluck of a wild turkey. And that call right there is real good, especially when the gobbler is real close and you just want to get his attention. Just do that a few times to let him know you're still over there, and hopefully he'll come up and give you a shot. Okay, you're out there in the woods and you're wondering, how in the world do I call to this gobbler? Well, as a general rule, the further a gobbler is away from you, the louder you need to call, so that he can hear you, of course. And then as he gets closer, you're going to tone your calling down, because you want him to come looking for you. You don't want to sound so desperate. So you want to call less, and you want to call softer as he approaches. And when you see that gobbler, as long as he's coming, don't say a word. Just let him come on in, and hopefully you'll get a shot. Okay, the next tip I want to talk to you about is the Kiki run. And a lot of people think, you know, this is a fall call, but you can also use it in the spring, especially early in the spring when the hens are still bunched up. It's a good way to call that whole flock to you when that gobbler's hung up. Okay, the Kiki run, it's a whistle. It's kind of like if you've ever heard a wood duck whistle when he's flying, kind of sounds like that. But what you want to do is you got to have the right call, of course. You can't have a very raspy call to do this. But what you want to do is you want to whistle, kind of It's a lower note, and then you're going to increase tongue pressure to hit those last two notes, and then you may drop it into a yelp. But what I use is a ghost cut. It's a 2.5 reed for the Kiki. This is what it sounds like. Hey, try the Kiki run this spring. It may just be a game changer for you. Okay, I want to talk about putting the mouth call properly in your mouth. What you want to do is it's shaped like a horseshoe, and you want the open in out, and you also want the cut. The longest reed is always on the cut, and you want that up top. Okay, there's a little tab on the bottom. Okay, you want that facing down. Again, you want to put it on top of your tongue and stick your tongue to the roof of your mouth. You're also going to blow over your tongue and under the reeds to vibrate the reeds, and that's what gives you the sound. Okay, next I want to talk about cutting. And basically cutting is loud clucks of a hen. They're a little bit raspier, got a little bit harder pop, and that's when she's very exciting or maybe mad at another hen that she doesn't know. So here we go. My favorite call is a V3. In the Lost Lake series, it's known as a raspy young hen. And basically you're going to do the same thing you do as clucks, except for you're going to pop your lips harder and you're going to have a little bit more air behind it. Hens always cut in 1s, 2s, and 3s. That's kind of the rhythm they cut in, and it's a broken rhythm. There is no rhythm to it. Let me demonstrate. Hey, try that on a dominant hen. A lot of times you can make her mad and she'll bring the whole flock to you, and that gobbler will be following right behind. Hey, next I'd like to talk to you about purring. And it's a soft call that hens like to do when they're scratching around on the leaves feeding for bugs and insects. But it's a very good call to use when you're trying to pull that gobbler in that last 20 yards. To purr, you need to be able to roll your tongue. You know how in Spanish you can roll your R's, like that. That's what you want to do. You want to roll your tongue to create the purr. There's not much tongue pressure at all. I like to move the call a little bit further back in my mouth, and you also have to have a 2-reeded or 2.5 reeded call to do this, to be able to purr real easy. I like a 2.5 reed ghost cut, or I like a 2-reeded batwing cut. Both of those will purr good for me. Basically, the saliva that is on the tape of the call is going to hold it in place once you put it up there. The adhesive bond or cohesive bond, whatever it is, will actually keep the call in place as you flutter your tongue. You heard me throw a few whines in there. They'll do that too. It's like a woo woo, woo woo woo. It's the same thing as a Kiki run, except for a lot less air pressure. Very little air pressure to do that. I also threw some clucks in there. That's to add realism. If you do that along with scratching in the leaves, it's a deadly combination and can pull that gobbler in that last 20 yards that you need to get a shot. Okay, one hunting tip for you. Don't forget about the other sounds that turkeys make other than vocal. They're constantly walking through leaves and scratching in it. So if you're sitting there and you got a gobbler hung up, or if you want to convince a gobbler that you are a hen turkey, you want to scratch in the leaves, and you do that by going 1, 2, 3. It's 2 short little scratches and 1 long one, and you just keep on repeating that about 3 or 4 times. you'll sound like a hen feeding in the leaves. So it goes like this. Hey, don't forget about scratching in the leaves. This could be a deadly combination with your calls. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed these calling tips. When you go to buy your turkey calls this spring, check out my website at LostLakeCustomCalls.com. The turkey calls are $5 a piece. You can get my designs, or you can go to the You Build It tab and design your own and I'll build it for you. The shipping is free. Good luck and God bless you this turkey spring.